March 1997, Pinkenvale, Victoria. An front yard Aussie rules match is being played between Chuck and Brett at Chuck's house. Chuck, have you noticed something weird going on in class lately? Nup, why? What is different compared to the other times? I know that Samantha has been looking at me a lot, and I know people have been looking at you too. So what do we do about this looking at business? There's only one thing we can do, my friend, and that's look right back at them. Alright, shall we continue playing football now? Chuck and Brett did as Brett suggested, and soon Samantha and Brett were going out while Chuck was preparing for the debating season. Pinkenvale West Primary School, number 8901. Brett's girlfriend Samantha tells the boys about debating practice. Chuck, Mr. Tanner wants us for debating practice. That's right, we're coming up against East soon. Alright, let's go. See you after school, Brett. Let's go, Chuck. The debating team practiced under the teachings of Mr. Tanner, and soon they were ready. The debating team has left Pinkenvale West and are heading for Pinkenvale East. The debating team arrives at Pinkenvale East Primary and are waiting to be taken to the debating room. A student from Pinkenvale East meets the team and introduces herself as Renelle MacDonald. After introductions are made, Renelle takes the team to the debating room. The debating team arrives and both sides are introduced to each other before East is given the right to start first. East's first speaker starts confidently against West. Shelley as first speaker replies for West Primary. East's second speaker delivers his piece. It looks like it'll be an even contest. Samantha gives her part of the debate. The team is feeling more confident. Pinkenvale East concludes their side of the debate. Chuck wraps up the debate for Pinkenvale West. Teachers deliberate and give West the win over East. The team were delighted with winning and were invited to stay for a barbecue. After getting their lunch, the team plus Renelle walked around East Primary. So what do you all think of East Primary? It's pretty good, has plenty of stuff here. So where is everyone going to go next year? We're all going to go to Pinkenvale High, at least for now we are. So where are you going to go, Renelle? I wanted to go to Pinkenvale, but my parents decided on Westmont since my sister went there a few years ago. So we guess that to see you, we'll have to compete like we competed today. Time flew and soon Mr. Tanner was calling everyone back to the bus ready to go back to West Primary. Luckily, Samantha had taken her camera and asked Mr. Tanner to take a picture of them before leaving. The debating team arrives back at school. Brett greets them, awaiting news of the debate. How did you all go? We won and Chuck caught the eye of the school captain. Really? This I got to hear about. It's really nothing, my friend. Nothing at all. Sure. Come on, let's go and tell me all about it. So Brett was told of the day's events, and for the rest of the year, Brett reminded Chuck about it all the time. As fate would have it, West would never take on East again for that year, denying Chuck the chance to meet with Renelle again. Before you know it, primary school was over. One last photo to take with your classmates before high school comes. The parties got bigger, but with age came changes, some for the better and some for the worst. You said hello to some new friends and goodbye to some old as they moved away. As the years went by, Chuck stood alone, waiting for something to change things. Pinkenvale High, Year 12, 2003. Pinkenvale High is hosting Westmont High in inter-school sport. Westmont teams have arrived and strangely one is going towards Chuck and the others. Meanwhile, Chuck and the others are busy looking at a photo book filled with previous adventures, unaware that people are approaching them. A girl with orange hair steps behind Chuck and pokes his back. At first Chuck doesn't respond, but finally decides to ask who it is doing it. Who's there? My God, it's Renelle MacDonald. Hello Chuck, it's nice to see you again. It's good to see you too. How did you find me here? I saw Shelley and asked her where you would be and she pointed in this direction. Cool, I'm guessing you are here for the netball. I can take you there if you like. Thanks, and we can catch up while going there and after the game too if you like. Chuck takes Renelle to the netball court before joining Brett and Dean who are sitting in the stands. Westmont is off to a big start. Pinkenvale fights to keep pace with them. While Pinkenvale was mounting a fight back, Chuck, Brett and Dean were discussing the formal. It's only a few weeks to the formal, so what's the plan? Well, for me that's easy, but for Dean, that is the big question. I am going to go with Shelley. That's what I'm going to do. Have you even asked her yet? Nope, not yet. Better hurry then. And what about you, Chuck? I don't think there is anybody to go with, not that it is a big problem. Why don't you ask Renelle? Can't do that. Besides, she's most likely taken. You won't know until you talk to her and find out. He's right, you know. You should ask her. Alright, you two. I'll go and ask, but I reckon it'll be a no. Excuse me. So, how come it taken you this long for you to come to Pinkenvale High? I didn't sign up for inter-school sport until this year. I had enough after primary school ended. That's understandable. I didn't do any inter-school sports. We are more hang-around than activity-based people. It looks like most of the people I met long ago are still around. Yeah, Samantha and Shelley are still here and you've finally met Brett while Rebecca left 2 years ago and Dean arrived around the same time. Well, we better get to the bus stop area. The rest of your school is probably already there. I was wondering if you'd like to go to the malt store on Saturday. Oh, I don't know about that. I'll do all the buying. Alright, if you are buying, then I am going. So when do we meet? 1:30 PM sound good to you? 1:30 sounds great. Well, I better go or they'll leave with Aunt Me. Sad but true. Well, don't forget 1:30 Saturday. Have a safe trip home. And so the Westmont teams leave and a happy Chuck goes to rejoin his friends, but all he can think about is Saturday. Saturday at the malt shop. Chuck and Renelle are getting along fine, so fine that Chuck decides to take a risk and asks Renelle to the formal. I was wondering if you would like to go to the formal with me. You want me to go to the Pinkenvale High formal with you? Yes, I would like you to go to the Pinkenvale High formal with me. I dunno, it's a little quick, isn't it, to be going to something as big as a formal? A formal is a special event that usually happens once for somebody, and I don't want to go alone. I want to go with somebody special, and that person is you. When you put it in those words, it is hard to say no. That's the idea. So, what do you say? I'll be happy to go with you to the formal. Chuck, Dean and Brett are now set for the formal and turn their attention to their final exams. Excitement is well and truly in the air. Formal night. Chuck and Brett meet up at Chuck's house. Well, my friend, this is the moment we've been waiting 5 long years for. Yeah, and there were times I thought we'd never get there. I know, and there were times I wanted to give up, but we made it, and tonight we're gonna go have some fun. Alright, let's go pick the ladies up. Year 12 2003 formal, here we come. Chuck and Brett leave to pick up the girls and head to the formal. Chuck and Brett drive off to go to Samantha and Renal's homes. Here is a rose for you. Thank you. Chuck and Renal head to the formal, joining up with the others en route. Wow, this place looks so nice. So where are we going to be sitting? Take my hand and I'll take you there. Lead the way. Soon the formal was in full swing, with everyone arriving and talking and listening to the music. Soon it was time for the school captain to give her speech. On the last week of January 1998, on buses, cars and by foot, 165 young kids arrived at Pinkenvale High as the new Year 7s. How many people were prepared to join up with others who just months ago were your bitter inter-school rivals? I must say that I was one who didn't look forward to being with people from West Primary, and at first I didn't want anything to do with people who came from there. We didn't want to know you, and still don't. Year group members who came from West laughed at that quiet remark from Brett. But as the weeks and months passed, we came together as a year group and had many wonderful adventures along the way. The years went by, and while we said hello to some, we said goodbye to many. So many that when this year started, only 90 students walked through the school gates to begin Year 12. Tonight we have crossed the finish line at long last, and no year group has deserved it like us. So let's celebrate tonight the best way we know how. Have a good night, everyone. After the dancing was over, it was time to go to the after party. Everyone soon arrives and the party is in full swing, even more than the formal itself. Want to go for a walk? Alright. Chuck and Renal go for their walk. After a few moments, Chuck stops and faces Renal. So our heroes have started down the road to loving each other, but this is not the end. This is only the beginning.